Hey guys, it's Devin, half of Dads and Dice here, and I just got in a package I am super excited about, and it is my Elder Scrolls Betrayal of the Second Era from Chip Theory Games. Something I have been super pumped about and looking forward to, and cannot wait to play myself. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to take y'all along the journey of me trying to unbox and organize not just this, but all of the additional stuff that I unnecessarily got with it. So let me get it flipped over to the top-down camera, and let's begin. All right, so I have it all laid out on the table here. And I guess let's start with actually, well, I was going to say the main game, but I'll run through what all of the additional stuff I got was. So this, all the backers got, they're calling it the blacksmith pack. I know it's got like, it's like the metal dice here for marking when you're doing the kind of encounters, the time on there. The start player piece, I think, is what the Ouroboros is used for, and then these little pegs are for the player mats. Here you got to have your premium upgrade health chips, because who wants the regular upgrade chips? Deluxe bags. These, I think they're supposed to like stay open themselves, is what it is, or like, I don't know, something like that. An art book. I know this is like all for some people. I am not a creative minded person. Art is not like something that I typically care much about. So probably not something I'm going to do much with. We got, not just a dice tray, because I got, we'll call it trash dice trays. This is a premium dice tray. And then the most important thing that's sitting over here, the Valen Wood expansion, coming with some more classes, more, right? More, I think, just all sorts of enemies, not just for Valen Wood. Yeah, so anyway, we'll get to that stuff there. But let's see what we've got. All right. I am so pumped to do a campaign. My first thought is, well, it's almost certainly going to be solo, because I'm not going to be able to get Paul to find the time to play this with me. And Lacey most certainly would, but we got 2 kids. For us to figure out time is much harder. So anyway, this thing is freaking heavy. The box this came in was 38 pounds, and then 8 separate pounds for a player mat, which I'll show you later, but I will give a little teaser here. It is this entire enormous thing. This is not, it's 8 pounds, not light. So anyway, all right, let's see what we've got here. Ooh, nice protective foam. Can't do without that. Greetings, adventure. If you're reading this, embark on a journey, yada yada yada. Happy adventuring. Chip Theory game. Dice Tower rules. You know, a lot of games are starting to go to this dice tutorial. I did it once. Didn't really like. I can't even remember what game I did it for. Didn't really care for it, but I think I might have to start it again. This, man, I'm going to tell you, this is what I love right here. All designers should do something like this, especially when you have a beefy game. But I'm going to say any game that has like storage of some sort, telling you how to lay it down. And look, so this is a top-down reference. Very cool. And then this. I love this. This is great. So anyway, first thing we've got here is all of our maps. I think they're all double-sided. So let's see. So I don't know. I assume if you're watching this, you probably know more about the game than even me, or you at least know something about the game. But the game is going to be played over 3 sessions, or a campaign is going to be played over 3 sessions. And typically, I think each one you're in a different zone. So you got the Black Marsh. No, that's the recommended starting one. Morrowind, Cyrodiil, High Rock, Eastern Skyrim, Western Skyrim. So yeah, very cool. Yeah, you're gonna be just traversing the map. It's gonna the thing is gonna tell you. I think it's Gazetteer is gonna tell you where to actually start. So you're gonna start in Mournhold. You'll have like a place that you need to actually travel to, and then as you're traveling, you can land on these icons. It's what do they call them? I know it's peaceful adventures, conflicts, and then unrest, unstable. There is a key right here. Should have looked at that. Dig sites. Dig sites are not on each map, so that must be, so each of the maps has something special. Oh yeah, dig and excavate here for Morrowind. Weather for Black Marsh. Some sort of alliances for Cyrodiil. High Rock, we have some unrest. Eastern Skyrim, Under Siege. Western Skyrim, same type of thing. So anyway, that is the actual maps that we will be playing on. I don't know why I'm putting them back in here. They almost certainly probably will not live in this thing, but I'm going to do it for now. Okay, and then here we have, this is all our neoprene hexes. So you have the different, we'll call it battle mats. So this is the standard, what is it called? Not conflict, not challenge. Oh, I can't think of what the name is, but this is the standard one that you're going to be using a lot. Clash, I think is what they're called. Two sides are for flavor. And then these are going to be when you're doing your delve. So the delves are exploring the dungeons through Elder Scrolls. And you'll be having random ones here. Kind of a neat little tray that holds all this. So yeah, I'll leave it like that. But anyway, oh, you got, I guess I should have shown. So all different sizes down to, oops, a little triangle here. And so you'll be drawing cards that tell you place this one out, and it is, I can't remember. It's been a while. Anyway, you'll place them out as you're exploring the dungeons. You'll have to like match up doorways or something of that nature. Anyway, mats are super nice, so that is cool. Let's throw those there. And then our tutorial guide, beefy tutorial guide. I mean, we got 39 pages. I'll probably walk through the tutorial. No reason not to, I guess. I've watched a lot of like gameplay, and I've watched Chip Theory has great YouTube videos that show how to play. I think it's a 5-part series, maybe it's 6, but anyway, literally takes you through like how days work and how combats work and how building a character and all sorts of stuff. Anyway, so the tutorial book there. Reference sheet, going to be super handy. So when we get to the chips, you'll see them. But basically, all of the different enemies have some sort of keyword or one or more keywords. I'm sure there's some that are basic, but probably not. Maybe, I don't know. But it could have whatever, elusive, and this unit prevents all damage, yada, yada, yada. And so this is your quick reference for that. The different status effects you can get. Native skills. Oh, so these are going to be, gotcha. Skills that are only going to be found in the Black Marsh or Morrowind or whatnot. So to those creatures. Pretty cool. Like Black Marsh talked about has weather, this sunny, rainy, flooding, what it does. So very cool. Then we have the actual rule book. So this is a small little light read of 97 pages. So this is the actual rules of the game. Excited. I like a good rule book. Good rule book to me. Flows well. Let's hope this one does. If anything, it's got nice pictures. We all like nice pictures. So, yeah, that's the rule book. And then these are the gazetteers. So these are the, for every single zone or map we have, we've got a gazetteer. So your Skyrim, your High Rock. And basically what it is, so looking at High Rock here, you're going to be helping the different guilds through the Elder Scrolls. And so this will, I think this does, well, let me talk, I'm talking about the guilds. So this is going to take you on the paths of the guilds. So let me find the beginning of one. So here's the Mages Guild. Is that what this is? This is, yeah, Mages Guild. So you start with A1, Bearer of the Curse. It's going to tell you what to do. It's going to give you the reward for it, and then it's going to send you off on your merry way to Part B. So then you go to Part B, wherever it is here, Bearer's Curse, Part B. You're going to do that, give you your rewards, then it's going to go to Part C. And I think somewhere in here has a suggestion of trying to reach it by a certain day. So you have 12 days in each session. So then there's Part C. When complete, go to entry E, and I think that's probably just wrap up. I think C is, yeah, E04. This is just kind of your, so session 1 closing. So session 1 and 2 are going to function that way, and then this will give you, this will basically tell you, so in that, you get 3 cards to decide who you want to help out, the thieves, or the, I assume the blades are in here. Who all do we have? Thieves, mages, fighters, Dark Brotherhood, Undaunted, Outer Watch, can't pronounce that one, Sijik, Eyes of the Queen, Circle of Champions. Maybe it doesn't have the blades. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So you help them out. You pick which one of the 3 you want to help out first. That tells you what you're doing there. And then this will be like, so if you want to go do whatever, where was this? This was High Rock. So this state, you could stay in High Rock and now help out the Sijik Order. Or you could move on to Skyrim and continue helping the Mages Guild. Or you could head to Valenwood and help the Sijik Order there. And so session 2, it's going to be, that is your choice list. And then after session 2, you'll come to the wrap up there, and it will direct you exactly to what your session 3 is and wrap up kind of your big story there. So there is tons of story to be had. I don't even know how many, but what is this? A34. So that can't be right. It can't be 34. No, 1, 2. So mages, thieves, fighters, Dark Brotherhood, Undaunted, Outer Watch, Sijik, Eyes of the Queen, Circle of Champions. So yeah, there's that choice for every single map. So 6 maps times, is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 6 times 9 it looks like. So 54 different quests. And I believe that is for session 1 and 2. So you're going to do one of those, 54, and then it's going to take you to another one for session 2. And then session 3, I believe, is a unique quest, I think. Not 100% certain. Anyway, so the Gazetteer has all that. The other thing it has is all of the towns on the maps, wherever the maps were. It tells you what is in those towns. So if I visit Camlorn in, where am I? Am I still in High Rock? I don't remember what book this is. Anyway, it tells you what items are available from the shops there. It tells you what trainers are available. If there was an inn, it would have this little inn symbol, so you could visit the Old Goat Inn to heal up and that kind of stuff. Some of them have quest boards. There we go. Here's a full town. Daggerfall, of course. quest boards where you can pick up side quests, earn some more experience. Guild kiosk, I think, are to do once you're helping out, say, the Mages Guild. If there's a guild kiosk, you can do a special action that has to do with the quest that you're on, I believe. There is a set, not set always, but a little town square action. And then there's an alchemy station where you can gain some potions throughout the game and refill up there. So anyway, yeah, super excited to just start exploring that stuff. Lots of foam. Foam is great. Oh, here's the terrible bags. I don't even know how somebody plays with this bag when you have these sweet premium bags instead. Oh yeah, premium. Look at that. Stands up on its own. This just flops. See, let me stand it up. Oh, I can't because it sucks. Anyway, just kidding. Chip, I get it. Guy like me goes all in, buys it, gives Chip Theory their well-earned money. But man, they already make good product. Like this is a bag. It's a good bag. Nothing wrong with this bag. Not like it's all whatever stringy or whatnot. Man, gotta get the upgraded. They add the word premium to it. Gotta get that. So anyway, these are where the chips are held. So the 1s and 5s chips, the 10s and 20s chips, held in these things. Don't have an upgrade for the little skills bag, so I gotta use this Garbo bag. But anyway, I tease. Okay, and so next up, what do we have? Let's grab this one, which is, who knows what this is. My guess, I was gonna say, I'm guessing this is the actual chips. It's Chip Theory after all. It means they have to have some chips. Anyway, don't let me guess because I'm wrong. Okay, so here is those, what is this? I don't remember what this one is. But anyway, this is, I was going to say this is your starting quest stuff, but I don't think that's quite right. This is some sort of events. Anyway, more importantly, let's get to the fun stuff. So looks like we got all our different races here. So I was gonna say it looks like there's 2 of each, but no, maybe Argonian there and another Nord there and a High Elf there. It's weird that they're like that. I'm sure it's just how the printer was. Anyway, so yeah, got a couple Dark Elves. I believe they're actually the same. It's literally for like flavor. Like, do you want to be this chick doing some sweet magic, or do you want to be this good old sword and shield guy, or do you want to be the bow and arrow Dark Elf? That is what I played basically every run of Oblivion I ever did. And then, oh look, got the mage. So anyway, you pick your different race, and that's going to determine, your race is going to determine your starting stats, and then a special ability. So once per battle during your turn, recover any 4 skill dice from your cooldown track, replacing each with light fatigue. So anyway, that's that. So you pick your race, and then you'll also have a, and so I think there's 2 of each of these. So like technically you could have a party of 3 people, and 2 could be Dark Elves. The classes, there's only 1 of each, and they are, so each run will be unique in that, right? A healer, scout, sorcerer, acrobatic, knight, tons and tons and tons. Super, super cool. And then this is, what is, yeah, this is, it's how you spin your tenacity, right? I think. I'm pretty sure this is your tenacity and how you can spend it. Tenacity is like equating to too many bones rolling. The bones, when you get a miss, you You're going to gain some tenacity. And then this is ways of spending it. So discard an item, then heal any one party member 3 HP. So on. But each class, oh yeah, and so each class starts on the novice side and then has something that upgrades it. So the healer here, trigger master, ritualist, the level 4 restoring light skill die from your active slot. I think that is correct, and so then you can upgrade to becoming a master healer, which adds more of this stuff and a better ability. Yeah, so they just all have different ways of upgrading to your master better side. Anyway, I gotta figure out where I'm gonna stack this stuff because I eventually have to work from the bottom and work my way back up. So campaign journal, got plenty of those. So again, a campaign is 3 play sessions, and it's crazy, right? So I could be my dark elf healer, and that is 3 play sessions, right? And the box pegs it, or did it say? It's like 2 hours plus 30 minutes per player. So we'll call it a safe, whatever, 7 to 8 hours playing solo. And that's one mix-up. And then next time, right, I'm going to be a red guard and a knight. Oh, man, I didn't even do that on purpose, but that's a great matchup there. Yeah, then I do another, whatever, 8-hour campaign. So anyway, each one, this is, I guess you tell what your session 1 quest is, session 2 quest is. You're going to get keywords. I actually don't know what they are for. I can't wait to find that out, but I'm sure it's pretty cool. Looks like you can take notes, and this will be hopefully as many campaigns as I play, but we all know we play games. Okay, and next up is your actual skills, the fun of the game. Actually, it's all fun, but and if you've never owned a chip theory game, the PVC cardboard stock that they use, great, absolutely great. Also, side note, completely water resistant. So game like 20 Strong is my sauna game because I don't mind sweating all over it, and I go get in the sauna for an hour. I'm thankful enough to have one in my garage, and I can play some 20 Strong for an hour while I'm soaking in the sauna, and I'm not running, crappy cards because they all have their whatever. I assume it's a jacketing, PVC jacketing or something like that. Anyway, I digress. So these are all of your skill lines, I think is what they're called, right? And so when you visit a trainer, well, I haven't gotten to them, or a town, they're going to have trainers. You're going to have an assortment of tokens that you can do, and so you could get the, shadow, or the Daedric summoning, or acrobatics, or, man, there's lots. What do we got? We got bow, speech, and there's 2 of each. Playing solo, you'll only ever have 1 of each, but multiplayer game, 2 people can have the bow skill line. Speech, 1-handed, destruction staff, 2-handed. I think combat is general. I think everybody, yeah, that's general. Everybody starts combat. Some heavy armor, shadow, restoring light, Daedric summoning. Daedric summoning sounds sweet. Acrobatics, and then, yeah, that's the generic combat. So anyway, that is the different skill lines that you can get and invest in, and it is basically your, again, equating it to too many bones, it's your arrowed paths of dice that you can get and unlock. And so you have your level 1s, which you'll have to always have, like this is snipe, and it does whatever X amount of damage. Then you have volley, which I assume hits multiple targets, and then acid spray is your level 2s. 2-handed has 3 levels, 4 levels. Oh, they all have 4 levels. I just need to look at the back of that. Anyway, so pretty cool. It is where all the gameplay is with all the dice. And I didn't find out what these are. I should have looked. Let's see. Are these all the same? They are all the same. Abbreviation is SQ. Don't know what that is. Side quest. These are the side quests. That is what the abbreviation SQ is. So going to give you, I'm not going to read all this because there's like flavor text and then actually how it all works. But anyway, pretty cool. So all of the side quests. Let's just stick that guy there. Okay, what else? Let's do, I was going to say, this looks like part of my mouse specifically. I have an interchangeable side on my mouse, and that's what this looks like. But no, this is, eventually I'll get to chips. Promise, this is chip theory. They will have some chips, but this is the holder for your experience chip and your day tracker chip. So again, each session can go up to 12 days. This will track that, and the experience you got. The experience is what you're going to use for, I can't remember what they called in this, but Too Many Bones it'd be your baddie points. So that's what that's going to be. So your little holder for that. Oh, these here are the crappy pegs. I don't know how anybody, these might as well go straight to the garbage because, right, we got the sweet blacksmith upgrade that every single person got. Every single person that backed the game. I guess if you buy it at retail, sorry for you. Yeah, look, we got the metal pegs instead of these plain white crappy ones. So that's that, and then this is the dice used to track your rounds during the clashes. Yeah, it doesn't even go to 6, I guess, because the clash only goes to 5, and then you start fatiguing out. The Ouroboros, I honestly think this is like just used for start player, maybe. I don't honestly even know. So yeah, sweet blacksmith upgrade. Okay, I'm like eventually gonna get to chips. This is not chips. This is definitely cards. I can tell by the way the weight shifts around on it. So I'm assuming this is your everything, your events. Yeah, this is definitely, so this is a whole lot of cards. Watery Halls. BM stands for Black Marsh. I don't know off the back, so right. Well, I do know what that one is. That is your like loot and items, common items. Oh, whoops. Legendary items. I don't know. Glyph of stamina. I assume this is more items. I'm not actually sure. I think that's just regular items. Guild cards are there, so I think that's going to be sending you off on your merry way at the start of an adventure. That's the, not combat, the challenge. What is it? I knew the name earlier. Anyway, I don't remember what the blue ones are. Advanced day dial by 2. Some sort of quest of some sort. And then we have, I actually don't even know what these ones are. Are these two probably go in front so you can't see, or back so you can't see discard? Gonna be my guess, not really sure. Sweet business card, sweet throwing card to slice an apple in half. And yeah, I don't know. Anyway, lots and lots of cards. All of this I gotta figure out how it goes back in the box, but thankfully they have a very sweet diagram. So that's that. This is a holder. for 3 installments of $9.99, this can be yours. This holder is awesomely labeled, actually. Common items, legendary items, peaceful encounters. The encounter name I can't think of at the moment. That has a torch symbol. It's got to be some sort of quest. That has a map symbol. Anyway, yeah, these are the cards holders, so you're going to have it out there. So, right, every round, ideally, you are doing some sort of encounter. This is going to help you draw all that stuff and keep it organized, and it just sits there, and whatever, you load up the different decks in it. Something like that, and that, and that. Anyway, I also know that, like, these, I think, will sit back here. The skill lines that you're not currently using, because you can always visit a town and get more. So anyway, that is that. All the player trays. So we should have 4. All function the same. Just pick the color you like. And nobody's going to pick that nasty yellow or orange. So everybody's always going to be green, blue, or red. But anyway, so they pretty cool, because most people are not gonna, we'll call it Brothers Murph, grind out a 9-hour play session or whatever they did. They're going to do it over 3 play sessions, and so this will hold your, right, it's got your spots there. It will hold your dice in place, as well as it's even like got it to where your experience peg and your cooldown peg will be held in place. So that's pretty cool. Not the tenacity peg, which is weird. But anyway, so yeah, so those metal pegs that I have because of the sweet blacksmith peg, you put one here, that's your stance, right? So what is this? I assume a defensive stance, 2-handed, 1-handed, ranged, magic. Just going off that. Your skills will go here, and then the dice you get here. So yeah, pretty cool. And then you can store it between sessions, snap on the lid. I told you this was actually a chip theory game. So we actually have all of our chips here. Extra holder, probably because they knew a guy like me can't resist buying an expansion that needs to be able to all fit together as well. So extra holder for chips. Oh, the non-premium health chips. Anyway, hey, I only laugh because they got me. I got the premium ones. And then all the different dice. So each skill line. Well, let's just get on here. So so you have all your different skill lines here, and you will have your sweet player board out, ready to play. And everybody starts with 4 health. This is reversible, isn't it? 4 or 5 health. I assume that standard blue one is your magic stamina. So everybody's going to start with that, and then I think you start with a random skill line, or maybe you pick a skill line. Can't really remember. I'll have to look at that. Anyway, I guess I could do the bow skill line here, because that's the one I have here. And then you start with some of the bow dice. I think you start with the level 1s, 1 or 2 of them. So I'd find this level 1 bow dice, which I don't know the symbols off the top of Looks like it's probably that brown one there would be my guess. And anyway, you just start filling them up there. But the neat way this works is, and you also have, all right, so maybe I start with whatever so it was a dark elf, so I started with 2 stamina and 3 magicka. And that dictates how many dice I can roll in like a round of combat, sort of, or an engagement, or whatever they call it. You can do it multiple times, but anyway, that's kind of your limit, how many dice you can roll at once, type of thing. And so let's say later I get this. This looks like speech, and I can place it anywhere. I could have placed these anywhere, but I place it here. Now, when I get speech dice, they go this way, and so actually I can only fit 3. And so there's this kind of tug of war of like, what is the important ones that you want lots of dice, and what are you eating away at? So maybe it's like, I knew I wanted a ton of bow and arrow, and I'm playing with multiple people, and I'm going to stay away from a bunch of people. I'm going to build up my range, and I'm going to get a ton of bow and arrow dice. But maybe in the end, I only have 1 extra health dice. So I have a total of 6 health because I'm going to build up a bunch of that dice. So pretty cool that it lets you build your own. And I think you can untrain skills. So if you're like, I have made a massive mistake by only getting 6 speech dice and no health, you can untrain stuff. So anyway, that is that. So you put the skill stuff in this good old bag, and when you get to towns, you're like, oh, 3 of them, or whatever. So that is that. Yeah, super cool. I still got to figure out how to organize this stuff at some point. Looks like your basic combat dice thing in front of me. That's what that looks like. Yeah, that's what I'm going to guess. Basic combat dice. And then the gray cubes are fatigue cubes. So I didn't talk about dice, but as you're doing these engagements, you're going to be rolling a certain amount of dice. And this is what there's a lot that drew me to this game, but this is what I think is the step above too many bones. Too many bones, you build out this really sweet gear lock, and you get down to, having the ultimate, I've gotten 4 dice in this track, and this is a cool dice, right? But you only get to roll it once that entire engagement or combat or whatnot day, and then that's it. This, you put these into a cooldown here, starting on the left and building that way, and then you'll actually recover dice from your cooldown every round, based off whatever your cooldown number is. So if it's at 4, I recover 4 dice. So more realistically, I guess, let's say it's 3, and I roll 5 dice, right? I'm getting some of those back. Then next round I roll another 5 dice or whatnot, or you're gonna have other things, statuses in there, but whatever. So I get that dice back in a couple rounds to use again. Those dice that are like, oh, I'm a bowman, and I have this sweet scatter shot to just destroy all the enemies. But I only got 1 of them. Well, now I use it, and then I figure out other cool things to do, and then I get to use it again later in that same combat. So that's what I really like. So anyway, I say all that because you can get fatigue by all kinds of different ways. I think the most common way is by basically taking 2 attacks in a turn, or dealing 2 attacks in a turn, and fatigue just jams up your cooldown. So when I recover 3, well, 1 of them is this stupid fatigue cube. And then you have this black this is light fatigue. This is light colored, light fatigue. Black is over fatigue, and I think, I'm not 100%, but I think over fatigue never goes away until you rest or whatnot. And basically, when you cool down and you recover it, it just goes right onto the back of your cooldown, and so it's going to keep clogging up your junk. I assume it's like avoid at all cost, I think. Yeah, so then we got more over fatigue there. I should have just kept this open. I have opened it like 30 times now. That's an exaggeration, probably 6. Okay, anyway, lots of dice. Lots and lots of dice. So we got, what is it? I'll call it 3.5 trays of dice. Pretty cool. 3 full trays plus the good old generic dice. And that's just fun. Except for the black ones. That looks like statuses. Black seems like not fun. But anyway, I'm excited. Excited for all these dice. Anyway, that's that. Chips. So the meat and potatoes of it. So you got your sweet chips. Don't drop this on camera. Don't do it. Okay. Yeah, so you got all your sweet enemy chips, right? And it's not perforated. So, come on. That is a tower that is a disaster, going to fall. Yeah, so these look like these are all the 10s and 20 enemies here. So you have your Imperial Enforcer here, and then if you needed a 20, you use this one. It's a Wood Elf Deadeye, so like Too Many Bones and their baddie points, you need 17 worth. You're going to get the least amount of chips you can. So you take a 10, a 5, and 2 1s. And these, I think these are all generic because, oh no, they're not. So some of them have, like this has a little BM here for some bad manners. But anyway, so when you're in the Black Marsh area, you're going to throw in all the BM ones. And when you're in whatever, CY, Cyrodiil, you're going to use the Minotaurs and that stuff. And so you're going to use, to whatever zone you're in, you're going to use the generic chips, right? So like this Imperial Enforcer is always in the bag. And then you're going to put the zone specific ones. And then the white ones, if I had to guess, this is solely a guess, these are probably like quest specific enemies. Zarik, Zazida Do, the Watcher, General Desalandra. So yeah, these are named people. So these are going to be like a quest specifically sends you out to get the Void Centurion right arm. That's the one I grabbed. Anyway, where's the Void Centurion left arm? Anyway, yeah, so the white ones are going to be your specific quest ones. Put those there, and then, this is probably the trash first player marker, because, I mean, how could you know who's first player with that thing? I mean, that really signifies who has the first player power. Okay, and then there we have the day tracker, so boom, boom. So, day 4 with 24 experience. Doesn't sound right, but would make me awesome. This is also double-sided, I guess, because your experience is going to carry over from session to session. If you start with 1 or 0, It's got to be 1 because there is no 0. And I guess once you get to 20, then you go to 21. Anyway, very cool. And these are your weak guys. So looks like a bunch of level 1s and 5s. Yeah, and there's SK, Skyrim. Oh, of course the back is also, because that's, you know, it goes in the bag. MW, Morrowind. HR, High Rock, Morrowind. Anyway, so the different special enemies there. And then I assume all of these colored ones are our player chips. Yeah, so looks like if you picked a Khajiit, you're playing orange. If you picked, what is yellow? I'm going to assume that is a high elf based off that picture. Argonian. I'm going to say Nord, not certain. Nope. Light blue is definitely Nord. I don't know. I don't remember. Wood elf? Red guard? Gotta be red. No, that's, I don't know. I don't know. I wish I knew them all. So don't. Orcs can get that one. Dark elf can get that one. I didn't know what blue was, or there was another type of elf. Let's see. What was I? Dark elf, got that. Argonian. Nord. I figured out the Nord. Wood elf. Oh, the Bretons. Oh, and the Imperials. I don't ever play the human-looking stuff, so you know, didn't know what those were off the top of my head. Okay, so let's see if I can jam all that back in there. That goes there. Let's take these, just so that doesn't move around there. Oh, and then this is... Oh, come on. These are in there tight. Oh, goodness. Now, I'd totally edit this out, but I'm lazy and not going to. So if you're watching at this point, you are just going to see me struggle. All of a sudden, it was just easy. Yeah, so then this is whenever you have an encounter on the map, which one of the dex cards would have shown me, it's going to tell you where to put the different either common or you know what they're called, legendary loot. Yeah, so what I probably need to do is fill up, see if I can speed run getting this game back together. So layer 1. Layer 1 is a lot of... oh, I can't. I know I can't. Because I haven't even opened up the Valenwood stuff, which has to be mixed in. Anyway, so I have the premium health chips. It is interesting to me, there is like, in the picture, a completely empty this. My guess is the Valenwood stuff has to go in there. So it's like, this will be replaced. Oh, another. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to embarrass myself. What am I... That was not the right way to open it, but I did. So these ones you take and you just dump straight into the garbage, because ain't nobody want just the regular chips. Who wants that when you can have the heavy duty chips. So, and I mean, the heavy duty chips they feel nice. That's really what it's about. So, I'm creating a nice fun pile of trash over here, which doubles not just as my trash pile, but a deterrent from my dogs walking over here while I am attempting to film this. And if you've watched any of our videos before, you will know that they love to turn up in basically all of them. So maybe I just always need to dump a bunch of trash next to me as I film. So. You can probably hear the one grinding away on a toy right now. Okay, so premium chips in. This one can be closed here. So what I should do is pop open Valenwood. I guess let's look at this. I can look at it with you guys and then forget it exists when I put it on my shelf with other nerdy art books that I have from various games and video games. Cool pictures. But the chance I actually read through, there is an introduction, I give it that. There's some lore. So I think this game is supposed to take place during the Elder Scrolls Online, which sadly never really got into or didn't actually ever play, never really had time for it. Played plenty of other MMOs, but somehow never did that one. So I guess that's just a bunch of enemies. Desalandra is the main villain of the game. Yeah, I mean, it's neat. I will give it that. I personally will never look at this again. So, anyway, that is the art book. So glad y'all got to experience with me. Premium Dice Tray can go sit over with it. Not that I'm not going to use it, but I'm not going to use it right now. Okay, and now we have the Valenwood expansion. So the Valenwood expansion is going to add, can you guess what area? And it's going to add some more, just more stuff, like I said earlier. So let's see here. Cool. And I believe everything should fit in the main box after this is all said and done. So we have a couple new skill lines. We got some light armor. Light armor, a word I can't say. Legerdemain? Legerdemain? I don't know. Line is unique in that it costs no stamina or magicka to use, but is situational in its application. Whenever a dice text indicates it may be rolled, you may choose whether to roll the die and apply the results. Dice are returned to your attribute row after use. So you got some light fingers. You may roll this die during a town encounter with a shop before taking a town action. So you're stealing from a shop. Very cool. So you either gain common item, legendary item, tenacity, must resolve this result, exhaust this die and gain a light fatigue or you get caught. Oh, that was, I was looking at the level 3 first. Anyway, that is cool. Friends in low places. You may roll this die at the start of a town encounter. You can gain an additional town action. I assume that is pretty powerful. Oh, these also tell you how many of that side there is. So in this case, on that die, there is 4 of that one. So in this one, there's only 1 of the bad. Of course, 2 common items, 1 legendary, 1 tenacity. Locksmith, you may roll this die when making a lockpick attempt. Adjust any rolled lockpick die by 1. So I didn't really explain the common legendary items. Basically, it's your lockpicking from the game's little die roll mechanic. You may roll this die when you make a lockpick attempt. Some more manipulation of dice. So that's neat. Kind of a neat, secondary ability. Illusion. So you have illusion, and then you have light armor. So yeah, pretty cool. So 3 more skill lines. I'm curious, expansion-wise, if they plan to have additional expansions or not, right? Because I feel like it's coming with a ton. I don't know. As I said, you play one of these combinations each time. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 different classes. About to add 3 more from Valenwood, the Ranger, Burglar, and Arcanist. So 18 different classes. If a playthrough, I guess sometimes you die, but 8 hours. 8 times 18 is 160. No. 176? No. 100. Not 100 anything. I don't know. 8 times 18. 80. No, it is 100. 144. Anyway, it's a lot of combinations there. Okay, so then the dice that go with those skill lines. So I guess that is why we have room in the old fatigue, over fatigue to add these dice. And I know this just comes off manufacturing, and it's how it's done. But I assume eventually you sort these things by their colors to make it easy whenever you are wanting to get what you want to get. So, like that. So I guess they make an expansion. Not going to be able to fit it all. Where did I put it? Over there. So these guys just get... It's a different color green. I'm sure that's on purpose. So I'm going to put it with the red. That's what I'm going to do. More enemies. So yeah, you have your ones that are for Valenwood. I assume a couple more quest enemies there. And then these are just a little bit more variety of generic enemies. So it's that. You got more. Those are your actual skill line chips. You got your Valenwood Gazetteer to walk you through Valenwood and all of its quests. Oh, look, epilogue. Don't read that. Oh, there's a lot of in-game epilogues. Don't read that. Don't pause it there and read it and yell at me for spoilers. And then just more cards. So cool. Another Clash mat, which is like cool. It is very cool. It's gonna make it where that thing can't close, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. And then lastly, we have Valen wood. Missed opportunity for this one not to be double-sided, but it's also a lot more planning. So yeah, that is Valen wood. And this video was like an hour long, so I'm not gonna make you guys stumble through how I figure out how to get it back in this box. But hopefully it's pretty easy. I like they make even notes. Snappable dice tray fits here. So remove layer 3 foam block to fit your deluxe chip bags. Oh, they even tell me how to fit my deluxe chip bags, or my deluxe adventure inventories are staggered, and replace foam. Okay, so don't have to use the crappy foam. I get to put my sweet deluxe stuff in. So anyway, yeah, pretty cool. The last thing I'm gonna show, if I can even somehow fit it, I gotta like really prepare here. So I did already at least open this because I'm like, what is this behemoth? That's a different game, but behemoth of a thing. And this is the play mat, and this is huge. I am whatever, 5'9", and you can see it's half my body. And this thing is super massive. I'm just gonna start rolling it, and we're just gonna keep rolling it, and we're gonna keep rolling it, and keep rolling it, and bam. It is huge. My table is 3 by 5, and this fits exactly into my gaming little reservoir. So 3 by 5 playmat, completely massive, weighs 8 pounds, has its own bag, which I'm gonna have to use because you need to. Anyway, just had to show that. But that is that's all I got. I'm going to now clean up all this trash I've produced and somehow get this all to fit back in the box with no lid lift. That's the stretch, fingers crossed. We'll see. And then figuring out where to shove it. That's the 2 goals that you guys don't have to see me struggle with. So anyway, appreciate you guys if you jumped in and watched this just kind of impromptu unboxing I did. As always, please like, comment, and subscribe. All those things help us, help our channel grow. See you on the next one.